Why don't I define addiction while I'm at it? Would that be useful, do you think? Because I asked you. You become involved in something that diminishes your awareness of surroundings and feelings. It's immediate and predictable and encompassing sensations. Now, drugs are useful for addiction because if you inject heroin, you're pretty sure what you're going to feel like. They offer a full sense of control and personal value, but they reduce your healthy options, impairing the person. They worsen your negative feelings about yourself. They cause distress. So it's a cycle. And there's nothing special about the opioid molecule that makes people addicted. It's the fact that opioids are an effective mood modifier, especially when snorted or injected, that makes them satisfactory. I wrote a book in 1975 called Love and Addiction, in which I said that addiction is not a result of drugs. It's a result of a kind of a powerful involvement people create. The two ruling diagnostic documents in the world are the DSM, American Psychiatric Manual, and ICD-11, which is the International Classification of Diseases by the World Health Organization. Neither of them calls any drug addictive. But the word addiction does appear. DSM-5 is called substance use disorders and behavioral addictions. And ICD-11 identifies sex and games as addictive. What they're slowly coming to realize is drugs do not cause addiction. People become addicted to experiences that accomplish certain things for them with detrimental effects that they become wedded to. That's what addiction is. And I'm here with my colleague. They didn't dare just bring some American in here. I've come with an Irishman. Raise your hand. This is Dahi Conlon. He's from Ireland. And we have a program called the Life Process Program. So I may have been depressing and worrying you, telling you that everything you believe is not only wrong, but dangerous and killing people. Forgive me, it's a little rude, I realize, to come somewhere and tell people that. But I do, and then the solutions for why people in inner cities and in Appalachia are dying are gigantic. And Pauline's tackling them, and you're tackling them too. Bless your souls. But it ain't easy. In the United States, we don't even bother to tackle them. We don't even believe in that stuff. We are withdrawing money from community programs in favor of medical programs. So we have a life process program, which is I had a rehab center, and we have an online program that's built around the purpose and meaning. That was so very important for Pauline. Values and personal resources, skills and attitudes, relationships and community, and agency, engagement, and maturity. Those are very subjective things. But what did Pauline ended by saying? Helping parents believe that they can be good parents. That's a funny intervention, isn't it? Well, you give them help, but you actually help them to believe that they can be good parents. It's called psychology. We don't convince people they're addicts in the Life Process Program. We don't label people. We say, tell us about your substance use or whatever. And then we say, has this led to any issues for you? What are you concerned about in life? How do these two things connect? We reject giving people labels. Because what good would it do Pauline's people for them to have been told you're a lousy, you're a born and bred lousy parent. You don't have the right stuff to be a parent, or your parents were bad parents, you're doomed. I think that's a good psychological approach. Because remember, 97% of the people in this room quit the hardest addiction to quit on their own. The greatest resource that people have is their own personal resources and beliefs in themselves. And likewise, we don't tell people that drugs are uncontrollable. It's people with the most self-mastery, experience of personal initiative, engagement, and purpose who are least likely to become addicted. What question did I ask you at dinner last night, Liam?
Which one?
About your children.
Was it about parenting styles?
Yeah, but I asked you one thing.
Oh, was it the values that we instill in...
Well, I asked you specifically, what quality...
We had a long conversation over dinner. He asked
You were there, you were present. I'm not very good at small talk. Do you know what I mean? They went out for dinner. So, well, let's have a couple beers. I was there with Shane and Colin, and I asked, well, among the questions I asked, Liam, was, what's the most important quality that you want your children to have?
Oh, yeah.
Now you remember. But I'm not going to go into that. I'll tell you what I have 3 children, 3 grandchildren. You gotta love. It's great. I love Ireland. It was Pauline hadn't arrived yet. There were 5 men. Okay, little man's clubby. All right, sorry. All of the Irish men there had families. Same marriage for 20 and more years. All of them had children. And all of them had a drink or two. You gotta love Ireland, come on.